Hi, 6:31. Good morning to you on this Labor Day. What is Labor Day? That's what Kirsten and I are talking about. You know, we all celebrate it.
Yeah.
Some of us have it off. We currently
at work, y'all.
don't have it off. But whether you have it off or not, you know what the holiday's about. Now, don't cheat. Just jump on Facebook right now and jump in. What do you think Labor Day is about? Use the hashtag MorningBlend10. I know other people have to work because I'm driving into work.
Yeah.
And I see other people beside me. I hear Michael Jackson in my head singing, "You are not alone."
No, you do it again. You can kind of sing a little bit. You know, I'm kind of surprised by how many people are in the studio with us right now. Typically on a holiday, it's kind of like a ghost house. But know this, there is an article on our website, abc10.com, that will tell you exactly the beginning of Labor Day. You can also find it on our Facebook page. Tell us what you thought it was about first, and then read the article and educate yourself.
It has some heavy beginnings that I think a lot of people are not aware of.
I'm going to get to some of our comments right now. Danny Allen Montoya said that it's the day half of America is taking the boat out and the other half is getting the house ready for winter. Lauren Lopez says, I don't know, but I got to go to work.
The Daily Blend is everything you need in about 5 minutes. Local and top news stories from around the nation. Let's jump into it right now. Good morning, Brittany.
All right. As you know, Labor Day is still a very popular day on the roadways and the skies. If you're picking up someone from the airport or dropping a family member off, you can see the delays. They're not too long yet. I promise you in the next couple hours that will change, and you better believe we'll update you. All right, let's get to traffic. What you do need to know, downtown road closures will kick off around 10:30, and you're going to see those delays till 2 for March. So expect to see slower drive times and road closures. The Capitol from 5th Street between I Street and J Street. You can think about taking 3rd Street or Capitol to avoid some delays, but you're going to see a little bit of stop and go traffic. We will update you throughout the morning. As we take a look at your drive times, Roseville, North Highland, straight into Sacramento on 80. We're looking at 25 minutes. So Rob Carlmark, not too bad in the traffic center, but I know it really is a busy day for you in the weather center.
It is. Two big stories. Local weather is always a big one. I'm going to get to that in about 20 seconds. We have to start with Dorian. I'm out here in the Gilmore backyard where it's nice, and folks, it could not be any worse for the poor nation of the Bahamas, folks. This is a rough and horrible situation. It's still Cat 5. It has weakened a little bit wind-wise, but the destruction is the same because that eye wall is still over land 6 hours after that initial part of that loop. Now, here's the cone, and everyone focuses on this, and what does this mean for the U.S.? It's going to scrape that coast at least, if not worse, and it's going to be hugging the coast for the next 5 days. So this is still a big storm that we're going to track all week. Now, here's their local weather. Yesterday, right around 100. The reason why I'm showing you that, yesterday's news is because it's going to be about the same today. So whatever worked for you or didn't over the weekend, you got to think about how to plan for today because it's going to be roughly the same. No wind to help us out. Waking up to the 60s and 70s. Hour by hour, we cross over to 90 degrees by about 1 p.m. or so. Mid-upper 90s today. The wind does kick in, which will help. But of course, we need much more than that. 80s on the way. We just got to wait a little while, maybe into the weekend. Over to you, Kirsten.
All right, 6:35 right now. We're going to stay on Hurricane Dorian and give you a live look at Dolphin Cove Freeport in the Bahamas. Yeah, you can see the wind rustling through the trees and rain coming down. Dorian is hovering over the islands this morning, but Florida could be next. Mandatory evacuations are being ordered today for areas of Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina. The monster Category 5 storm is hitting the Bahamas right now. You see the wind gusts on your screen right there? They're topping 200 miles per hour. The damage is being described as catastrophic. It is the strongest hurricane on record to strike the region, now inching towards the Florida coastline. President Trump visited FEMA headquarters yesterday. Take a listen.
Category 5 is something that I don't know that I've ever even heard the term, other than I know it's there. That's the ultimate, and that's what we have, unfortunately.
All right, so Dorian is the 4th Category 5 storm to hit the U.S. since President Trump took office. The Florida National Guard has activated nearly 5,000 soldiers and airmen, and they are ready to respond when the storm hits.
I'm Giacomo Luca in Jacksonville, Florida, as the First Coast braces for the effects of Hurricane Dorian just days away. Now, crews have already started preparations here ahead of this historically massive storm, some working up to dam beaches to protect coastal areas. Mandatory evacuations are in place across North Florida starting later this morning.
Being that the hurricane's sporadic, you don't know whether it's going to hit you or not, so I'm worried.
Now, families across the state are collecting thousands of sandbags to prepare for potential flooding all across the state. And many people watching intently here as Dorian on its current path is expected to make a brush with Florida. But at 200 miles wide, miles will make the difference in terms of how intensely folks here in Florida feel this storm. Back to you.
Okay, so for the latest on Hurricane Dorian, head on over to our website, abc10.com. 6:37 right now. We got to talk about this. Another mass shooting, this time in Odessa, Texas. A traffic stop turned into a gun battle when the suspect started firing from his moving car. 7 people were killed at least 15 different crime scenes. One of the victims, Mary Granados, was a postal worker who was killed when her mail truck was hijacked by the shooter. This morning, we're hearing from her sister.
It makes me sad because our birthday was coming up, on December, and I won't be able to celebrate it because she's not going to be with me.
And this morning, the New York Times is reporting the subject lost his job on the day of the attack, but it's still not clear if that was his real motive. And that brings us back to our question of the day. Should news outlets report the names of mass shooters? We're asking because police refused to name the Odessa shooter during their press conference yesterday. Now, we want to keep the focus on the victims, so we are also not naming the shooter. But let us know what you think about it. You can vote now using the ABC 10 app or go to abc10.com/vote. Right now, it looks like 79% of you are saying, no, we should not name the suspect or the person in a mass shooting. Just focus on the victims. All right, we're going to head down to Modesto now, where a man who was beaten into a coma, he's actually died 3 weeks after that attack. And now police need your help finding the people responsible. This is the guy police are looking for. That's his picture. 25-year-old Ruben Rosales. Another suspect is already in custody. The attack happened on August 10th at Garrison Park, right next to Garrison Elementary School. Police say Rosales and the other guy attacked 63-year-old Jace Decker, who was homeless. Now, police say that the men thought that Mr. Decker was a sex offender, which is why they beat him. It turns out he was not a sex offender. So if you have any information about the suspect, please call Modesto Police. Now let's get to some other top stories right now in your Daily Blend.
Suspect arrested. Police in Tracy have found the person accused of stabbing a man to death in a park. 21-year-old Anthony Kreitzer Rhodes is due in court later this week. Police say he attacked Parmjeet Singh, who was on his evening walk last weekend.
I have been praying to God, hey God, please capture that monster before the funeral.
Police still haven't said what the suspect's motive might be. Violent clashes in Hong Kong. More bloodshed and anger as a 3-month standoff between protesters and police continues to escalate. People threw Molotov cocktails and bricks at riot police, who responded with tear gas. Some blocked roads to Hong Kong's airport, forcing traffic to a standstill. A lot of passengers had to walk to the airport, pushing their luggage past protesters and police. Oakland airport scare. Police are looking for a man who rammed his truck through the gate at Oakland International Airport and then drove onto the tarmac. Officers had tried to pull him over for running a stop sign, but instead he led police on a chase. Authorities think that he might have jumped into the San Francisco Bay, and they still haven't found him.
And that is your daily blend of news and information. If you got something you want to share with us when you see it online, just use the hashtag MorningBlend10.